think there were 3.
All right, so let's go ahead and give this one a try.
Got it?
Yeah, I'll give it a try.
And this is a Merlot and a Cab.
Yep, so
Mix.
2/3 Cab, 1/3 Merlot.
Very cool.
And this one here was aged in 1-year-old French oak. So you have French oak or American oak. We chose French oak. And what 1-year-old oak means is when you get a brand new barrel and they've toasted the inside, it's really strong and a lot of flavor comes out of it.
Oh, okay.
And you don't typically age something in a new oak for a long time because it's just overwhelming. So the nice part, what we take is that 1-year-old French oak, so it's kind of like a half-life, and we've done this one for 18 months, and you'll notice the oak flavor on it, but just not like, it won't hit you in the face. It's just enough subtlety that it adds some flavor to it.
Okay.
So what's the difference between French oak and what was the other one you said?
American oak.
American oak.
There's also Hungarian oak right now
Is it
out
that
there.
flavor?
Yeah, so think of them like, what people think of like a vanilla bean versus like vanilla ice cream type thing. There's a little bit difference in that flavor.
Yeah.
And the French oak kind of looks down on you, on his nose like this.
Well, it's funny because a lot of the Europeans use American oak, and a lot of the Americans use French oak.
Right.
Yeah.
But the Hungarian oak is making a pretty strong.
Hungarian oak,
Yeah.
too. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Because
now we
it's
do the
cheap
same
import
thing on this
prices, or?
one.
No, just a different flavors.
Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
You didn't explain. I'm used to it.
You're used to it.
Okay, so
25
almost
years.
30 years or something. Yeah. I
So again, it's all about what flavors you're trying to impart. Way back in the day, like even at
Great.
Guglielmo, they have like redwood barrels.
Okay.
So again, you're not going to get a lot of flavor out of it, but it's a vessel to ferment and age the wine. They got these like 12-foot huge.
So redwood redwood has a smell, right? You can smell it in your mind, right? You can smell that. Does it have a taste? It doesn't have a taste.
Well, think about 20 years of using the same barrel. There's no more flavor coming out of it. It's just a neutral barrel. At that point in time, when the barrel has been used up, you can still keep using it. It's called neutral. You don't really get any flavor out of it. You basically use it to store the wine and let it do its fermentation and age, and then you can use that to, like, maybe you have half your barrels in new oak, half your barrels in 1-year-old, and half your barrels wine in neutral, and you can do your own blending. So you took a bottle and you did all French oak, you did a bottle of all 1-year-old and a bottle of new. You could sell those as 3 different ones.
Because they'll all have a little
Yeah,
bit of different
exactly.
flavor in them.
Or you could kind of say, hey, I want to take a little bit of this, a little bit of this, and a little bit of that, and that's what my concoction is for that Cabernet. I took in 3 different types of barrels and made my Cabernet using them.
Okay.
There's a lot of different ways to kind of change up your recipe.
Yeah.
And
Just little things.
That's the differences between the vintner, right? The mixer, the person that actually labels those wines. So Guglielmo might have Guglielmo?
Yep, Guglielmo.
Yeah. However you say it. They're going to have one specific combination with that, right? They might have the new 1-year-old in neutral, and then you were just kind of coming in just with 1-year-old oak,
Yep.
and then
Somebody else.
Almason will have something else, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So again, it's where you're getting your grapes from, the region, what types of grapes you're getting, how you when you pick, because different sugar levels. You can pick early, middle, or late. And that sugar level depends on how much sugar and alcohol is going to be there. And then when you bring it back, it's what type of fermentation you do, how you crush it, what type of vessel you put it in. So all the little nuances to get this is pretty much unique every time.
And then you have to, once you grow, you have to scale it out so it's the same formula or recipe every time, right?
Per se.
But you change it over.
Yeah, and you think there's big, huge wineries that have, I don't know, thousands of barrels. And they're sourcing not from just one vineyard. They're sourcing from 5 or 6 different vineyards.
Right.
So there is a blend of different vineyards to make that one bottle.
But then it's more homogeneous, right? Where it's kind of like they mix it all together.
Yep.
And you really don't know what to source. It might be sourced from one specific region, but
Yep, exactly.
different wineries is going to have different taste for each grape.
Yep.
But then kind of mixes it up.
That's the only way you can scale.
Right. I have to go close that.
You're teaching your dog tricks to open that?
No, she's that other one's just over a year old. She's still being trained.
Actually, no, she's almost 2.
She'll no.
Yeah, we've had her almost a year.
Drives me great.
She acts like she's just a year.
Sit. Everybody, this is Ro. You know Ro.
All right, so do a smell.
Sure.
Okay, I smell kind of smoky. Does that sound
So
like a kind of, maybe that's oaky. Maybe it's,
yeah, so
it's
oaky,
like
smoky.
oaky,
They're different, but I mean, there's a lot of things you can smell again. It could be leather, it could be mushrooms, it could be green peppers, it could be soil. There's a lot of different things you could be smelling here. I mean, you could even smell like jam or berries,
leather.
Smell berries.
I smell
raspberry,
berries,
cherry.
yeah.
These are all things you could smell. Just kind of throwing those ideas out there. Pick from your list.
No, I smell grape.
Plum, sure, yeah.
See, very unsophisticated palate here.
Well, that's your nose. Your nose is okay.
You would think honker like this.
Get that nose in there.
Maybe I have the COVID.
Your nose should be fine. Yeah, the COVID. Are you not
Yeah,
smelling anything?
I'm dying.
You're supposed to be smelling something.
This will kill the virus, don't worry.
Yeah, that's the whole reason why we're doing this.
Right,
So
exactly.
close proximity. Cause
Yeah, you guys are.
We're 6 feet away.
Kinda.
Camera's at a couple.
Yeah, a couple of inches. Shrinks a couple of inches. Just adds a few pounds.
It looks bigger, but we're closer together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
it
mind
adds
my
some
belly.
pounds, and so
The
it makes
COVID
you a little
belly,
bit
right?
wider. Okay,
Exactly.
so now we test.
Yeah.
Taste.
Still trying to. I could taste a little. I was gonna say bacon.
Pomegranate.
Yeah, but I also
that what it
taste
maybe?
the oak.
For sure, for you, for sure. I mean,
For you, it's like
mean,
whatever you say.
again, no. I mean, you can
You're the great
have
salesman.
Whatever you taste.
sold.
Oh my
It's Clorox.
Do you like it? Yes. Then yes, it is.
I taste whatever.
But it kills the COVID,
No,
right?
I taste pomegranate. It has that kind of
I taste orange now.
bitter, like a little. Oh,
That's the orange.
peel.
Yeah. Maybe it's my body saying I need vitamin C because I'm getting COVID.
No, cranberry.
Cranberry's a good one. Yeah.
That works.
It's something kind of bittery.
Mhm.
I think it's like, or I don't know if bitter is the right word.
Mhm.
Cranberry, pomegranate, something in that family.
So you're hinting at like a great Thanksgiving wine
Yes, that would be an awesome Thanksgiving.
Speaking of which, Thanksgiving is just around the corner, and
His website again is.
Plug.
And he delivers at 2 a.m.
on Thanksgiving Eve. And if you mention
Disclaimer.
Abitano, you'll get a 70% discount.
Cut. That's a nice sunset. I'm trying to see it through the
Segue.
fence
Come
here.
on, we're having fun here. We're
No, I
rolling.
know. Actually, I do. That's what I taste. Cranberry, pomegranates.
Mhm.
You're right. Good Thanksgiving wine.
Yeah. So again, I mean, honestly though, everyone's palate is a little bit different. So you could read a description of this wine, and you could be like, I don't taste any of that. You could write your own, and they'll say, I don't taste tasting one of those. So I mean, you're not going to say this tastes like Clorox. I mean, there definitely are some wrong things,
yeah.
but I mean, when you get into those family of flavors, you could definitely taste different types of things.
Well, and you wouldn't know. There's, like you said, there's not a right or a
Yeah.
wrong. It's whatever it is. Well, so when you eat cilantro, does it taste soapy to you?
Exactly. I mean, to me it doesn't, but some people it does.
To me, it's soapy.
Yeah.
To him, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care for it. I'll eat it, but
Yeah,
Like a little bit of it is okay, but then after a while, it's kind of soapy tasting. Yeah.
that's how everyone's palate
But
is
everybody's a
slightly
little different. This one is very nice too. And it's, do you serve it chilled or is it just cold because we're outside?
So room temperature or slightly chilled is fine.
Because it's good chilled.
Yeah.
It's almost like a sangria.